Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio. And welcome to another sub segment. Fictional women around the world.
I think there's only 4 subs.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
It's like sub.
We have a lot of segments. We have a lot of segments, and this is one. And it's one of my favorite ones, to be honest. And today we are talking about one of my favorites. But as I warned Samantha before this is a spoiler warning. We are talking about the new Predator movies.
Oh.
And I'm just going to tell you that I personally did not anticipate what happened in the new Killer of Killers, the animated Predator movie. And it's kind of a big deal. So if you don't want to know, then I would say skip this. Also, none of these are sponsors that we're going to be talking about. And you can see the episode we did on Prey, the movie, which is a Predator movie. Because today we are talking about Naru, who is the main protagonist of that movie. So Predator Badlands just came out in theaters. I haven't seen it yet, but I have been spoiled on it. We're not going to be talking about that actually. But that's out in theaters, and Predator Killer of Killers is on streaming. And if you go back and listen to our episode we did on Prey, I was speculating about what would happen in the next ones. I was way off. I was so far off.
Give it a minute.
I couldn't hide it. I was in a different galaxy than what they did. And so I really wanted to come back and talk about this fictional character of Naru. I love that movie. I love Prey. I love that movie so much, and I watch it every November. For some reason, it feels like a November movie to me. It is a very beautiful movie. It's also kind of, I think maybe why it feels like a November movie is it's got the like colonization.
Yeah, I was going to say like the Native Americans and
yeah, which you can see that episode for more detail, but the colonizers are painted rightfully in a bad light. Yeah. I just want to put out there. So when we're talking about Naru, Naru is played by Amber Midthunder, and she is a woman member of the Comanche tribe. It takes place in 1719, and she was first introduced in Dan Trachtenberg's 2022 film Prey, which is part of the Predator franchise. I actually love the Predator franchise, and doing this research was really fun because I hadn't thought about some of the ways that it's so, up until this point, which Dan Trachtenberg has done the last 3. It was a very like macho guy fighting a pretty macho predator, and then you get into Prey, and that's just not what it is anymore. And you get into Badlands, and I read an article about it, and the title was "Going Woke Didn't Go Broke." Because it made a lot of
headlines these days.
It made a lot of money, and they were like, but the whole plot is that maybe the whole warrior thing isn't as much as it's built up to be for the predator. But anyway, so this movie, Prey, was historic in a lot of ways, including the fact that it has an option to watch it in the Comanche language, which was kind of a first, and including a cast of largely indigenous people. It also was the first film in the franchise to center a woman protagonist. So, despite being a very capable warrior, Naru's family doesn't want her to be a hunter like her brother Tabe. And this is a very important note. I say her family because most indigenous tribes were they didn't think lesser of women or lock them out of any skill, as opposed to a lot of our Western society. It was that her family specifically didn't want her to do it. They didn't want her to be a hunter. But everyone else, almost everyone else, sees her skills. So I do think that's worth pointing out. She is very vocal about what she wants, which is to be a hunter, but she is consistently shot down and comments multiple times that everybody underestimates her, and that's what makes her so dangerous. When asked why she wants to hunt, she says, "Because you all think I can't." She was very determined. She worked hard with her dog on her hunting skills. If you listen to the episode on Prey, you know that dog is from Atlanta. It's named Coco and caused a lot of chaos on
He's
set.
Chaos dog.
Yes.
Dog.
Yeah, every time I watch the movie, I'm just thinking how everybody filming was like, "Coco, please don't ruin this take."
Just one time.
Yeah, I love it. Naru, she's very creative in her weaponry too, which is something I really love. She attaches a rope to her tomahawk. One day while out hunting, she sees a cloaked ship and believes it to be a sign of her rite of passage into hunting, her kutamea. After one of their people goes missing, a search party is sent out and Naru follows them, determined to be part of the effort. Her brother convinces the group that it's worth keeping her around because she's a healer. She has all these other skills. They find the person they're searching for, and Naru heals him. They set up traps and they schedule watches for the night for the lion that they believed had killed a member of their party. Meanwhile, Naru she's seeing these odd signs, strange footprints, animals killed in odd methods, like a snake just peeled in half. So she's on edge, and she does end up fighting the lion. It's a really cool scene. And at the time, witnesses an odd flash of red and falls from the tree that she was in, losing consciousness. When she wakes up, her mother basically tells her that this is not the life for you, and her brother is appointed war chief. No one really believed what Naru had seen, so she set out herself with her dog, Sari, to find the creature hunting them. On the way, she encountered dead animals and eventually sees a bear getting killed by a semi-invisible force. She flees and meets up with a search party that are looking for her. However, they do not believe her, and they start to drag her back to their home. And on the way, they are attacked by a feral predator, which, side note, I learned so much terminology about the specific types of predators, but this is a feral predator who kills pretty much everybody except for Naru, who was able to free herself and flee because they had actually tied her up to take her home until she was caught in a bear trap. And the predator ignores her. He sees her and ignores her. But she is caught and caged by French colonizers. And this is when Naru observes that the predator also didn't view her as a threat. That's why he left. That's not how he hunts, as she says. Her brother is also captured and they are used as bait for the predator. But again, she's like, he's not into bait. He wants the thrill of the hunt. Yes, and he sees them as not a threat, leaves them be. Naru escapes and frees her dog, Tabe, and Naru they fight the predator, and Naru notices several pieces of the predator's fighting style and also how his bone helmet works. However, the predator does kill Tabe. Naru catches one of the colonizers who had imprisoned her and her brother and uses him as bait, masking her own presence from the predator with some of her medicinal knowledge. It dropped her temperature. It was this flower that dropped her temperature. The predator kills her bait, and in the following skirmish, she was able to steal. Yeah, she gets this bone mask that she knows is really a part of how he hunts. She prepared a lot of traps and engaged him in battle, cutting off his arm and eventually killing him. She carried his head back to her people and was named the new war chief of the tribe. here comes your spoiler. You can hop right out if you don't want to hear it. And then she was captured by the predators and cryo-freezed for centuries, presumably for gladiatorial combat. So essentially, any person who has killed a predator, they have captured and froze, and they want them to fight it out.
That's rude.
And the plot of Killer of Killers is it's a anthology, and so you see how each of these people killed a predator, which they have a name and I can't pronounce it, but predators, and want them to fight to the death.
That's not fair.
I know, because they're the quote strongest of prey. So in the like finale of that movie, all of the competitors come to the realization that we have to fight together if we're going to get out of this. So that was the plot, which is another thing people were like, it's so woke now. I'm like, well, they're working together. Woke.
It would have just been better if they died? Like, kill each other? Like, what?
Well, according to them, it's a larger conversation I'm not going to get into, but according to them, it was like the whole point of predators, you know, you kill everybody. But anyway, Naru is only in it as a cameo. She is not one of the ones who participates in this gladiatorial battle, but it's shown that she is there, and so I think it's setting up that she's going to be in the next one, and the director has said he wants to continue her story, and really she was supposed to be in the new one, Badlands, but he wanted to, which by the way, Badlands it's from a idea that he had from Empire Strikes Back, where Chewbacca would carry C-3PO on his back, which if you have seen any images from that movie at all, that's kind of what it is. And he said, I wished I could have seen a whole movie where it was just Chewbacca and C-3PO like that. And so that's where the idea came from. But Naru was supposed to be in the sequel, but I think he's doing a bigger thing. Because you know who else was in Cryo Freeze? Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Really?
Listen, when I say this blew my mind, I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh. So that's where she is right now. I'm going to assume that she's going to have a story. Her story is going to be continued in one way or another. But yeah, I'm like sad because she defeated this predator.
Leave her be.
And then they were like, you know what? Let's make her fight in a gladiatorial battle in the future on a different planet. All right.
Let her be.
Let her
be the warrior that she's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. And she is, I mean, it's really cool. Like watching it again last night, which I was telling Samantha, I stayed up really late last night watching these movies. She's cool. She's the way she throws her weapon, and she has like this kick move off trees that I love. She's just a really adaptive, observant, smart character. And even though she's gaslit when she's saying, hey, I believe there's something out there, she knows that there's something out there, and she takes the steps to defeat the enemy. And she's a quick learner. A lot of the time when someone defeats Predator, it's because they're smart. It's not because of how strong they are necessarily. It's because they figure out how the Predator hunts, and then they adapt and are able to get the upper hand, which is what she did. And which is what all of them are about. But Killer of Killers, it's 3 stories, and every one of them is pretty much that. How they figured out mostly the heat signature thing that they can't see unless without the heat signature. I did want to bring this up because I didn't mention it when we did the Prey episode. But there, at one point in the movie, she whistles at night, which was a controversial moment because whistling at night for a lot of indigenous people is akin to summoning an evil spirit. So there was some stuff written about that when that happened. But some argue that this was on purpose and that the predator is a demon. And they did work with the Comanche tribe. So I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because that was a point. I'm pretty sure they must have known what that meant and put it in there purposefully.
But that's really widely known. Like, just like Appalachia folklore is based on that as well.
Yeah. I just remembered that I don't think we talked about that in our Prey episode, but I wanted to put that out there. Also, yes, as I mentioned, there's been a lot of articles about Predator going too woke, and essentially that this idea of usually macho dude fighting a macho alien, that's what the heart of it has been, and now it's changing. And not to spoil too much of Badlands, but I guess the main character in that is sort of a runt. He's seen as a runt in his family and kind of shamed for that. And in the end, he finds a found family. He goes against his family, finds a found family, including an android, which directly connects it to Alien. So that's really interesting. But yeah, I love this movie. I know I said it when we did the Prey episode, but I watched Predator at my 16th birthday party. I don't know what was going on, but I have loved these movies for a while. And when I saw Prey, I just thought I'm so happy this exists. And it's just a really beautiful imagery wise. It's a really beautiful movie. And the director said purposely he wanted something people hadn't seen before. And that's why he wanted an indigenous woman. Because it had been previously to that pretty much all men.
Yeah.
So
love it.
I love it too.
It's a good movie.
It is a really good movie. Oh,
You can watch it in surround sound.
Well, I did at your house, and it scared me. It scared me so much. I did like it, though. It was fun. But I'm excited to see how her story goes. I was shocked when I saw her cryo freeze. Was not expecting that at all. Can you imagine how disorienting that would be to wake up and...
Yeah. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Disorienting about that.
Yes, for sure. But we'll revisit once the story continues. But in the meantime, listeners, please write in if you have any thoughts about this or any suggestions for people we might feature. I think we've already chosen our December one, but we always love hearing from you. So you can email us at hello@stuffwenevertoldyou.com. You can find us on Blue Sky at Mom Stuff Podcast or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff We Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have new merchandise at Cotton Bureau, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff We Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.